Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all my dear students. We continue with part 3 tenses. In part 2, we had completed simple past tense and present perfect tense. In simple past tense, we have learned that we have to use this tense when we talk about events or actions that took place at a definite time in the past. Means that action finished in the definite period of time in the past. And almost we are using simple past tense for telling a story. Then present perfect tense. Present perfect tense is used to talk about events or actions that took place in the past but have a connection to the present time. It's only the connection of that particular things or events in the present. We can also use present perfect tense to talk about the present result of a past action. Here only some result is there in the present of past action. Sometimes we are using present perfect tense when something happened only a short time ago, before 5 minutes, before 10 minutes. Just finished. I've just completed. So that time we have to use present perfect tense. An action that happened during a period of time that is not yet finished. Here remember that present perfect tense we can use when some action happened during some period of time and in the present not finished. Today, this month, this year, this week, when this type of word will come and that month is not over. So for that we have to use present perfect tense. My brother has arrived today. Now today is not over. So my brother came before 2 hours and still day is not over. So for that we have to use present perfect tense. Here particular time given today, this week, this month. So for that we have to use present perfect tense. If this type of particular time is not given, so for that we have to use another tense. Then when something that began in the past and has continued up to the present, and here don't be confused, here it's continue up to the present, but here the phrases like since, for is used. We have lived here since 1996. So here we still live here. So for that we have to use present perfect tense. And sometimes the action that happened at some indefinite past time, like already, before, never, ever, yet, this type of word will come, so we have to use present perfect tense. So we have done this before. Now today we'll start another tense. Now look at here, present perfect and present perfect continuous. Present perfect we have already seen. Now today we'll learn present perfect continuous. This tense today we'll learn. I hope that you haven't any confusion now related present perfect tense. Now first we'll see the present perfect tense, formula of present perfect tense. That's subject, according to subject, have or has plus be3, means past participle form of the verb. Present perfect tense. Here only written finished actions. But I have given you many reasons in that we can use present perfect tense. Now look at here, present perfect continuous. After we'll see in detail, just watch here the formula of present perfect continuous. Here subject will come. According to subject, you have to use have or has. With have has, you have to write been. And after, with the verb, you have to put ing. So here, whatever verb will come, in this, we have done the root verb, main verbs form turn into past participle form in verb 3. But here, you have to write compulsory here been, and after with the verb, you have to put ing. It's unfinished actions. Means in the present also, which start in the past, it's continue in the present. It's done continuous in the present. The kids have been playing since morning. So they have started this action in the morning and still in the afternoon also they are playing. So for that we have to use present perfect continuous. Now we'll see in detail. Present perfect continuous tense. The present perfect continuous tense is used to refer to an action that is started in the past and continues to be done in the present. Now in present perfect tense, what we have seen? Sometimes the action continues in the present, but the word like today, this month, this year is used there. And sometimes for and since also we have seen. This type of phrases we have seen in present perfect tense also. Now look at your example. He has been visiting his hometown in India every year. So here the action is not finished. Means every time this happened in the past that they have been visiting their hometown in India every year. We often use this tense in questions with how long. Since for phrases, this tense is also used with phrases like all day, all morning, all afternoon. Now look at here, it has been raining since 3 o'clock. How long have you been learning English? I've been learning English for 5 years. Before 5 years, the person has started and still he's doing the same work. He's learning English. So for that, we have to use present perfect continuous. She's been practicing the violin all day. She's here is a short form of has, apostrophe s. Here is short form of have, so apostrophe v in. They have been repairing the bridge all week. So here, present perfect continuous tense used. Now study the table to understand the present perfect continuous forms. Have, has, plus been, plus ing form with verb. Now look at here the table in a positive sentence, in a negative sentence, how to use an interrogative sentence and how to use the short form of this tense. I have been working, we have been working, you have been working, they have been working. Means with I, we, you, they, we have to use have. When you turn into negative, you have to use not. I have not been working. So here remember, between have and been, you have to put not. I have been not working is the wrong one. I have not been working. He, she, it, you have to use has. He has been working, she has been working, it has been working. He has not been working. Between has and been, we have to put not. It's about negative sentence. Now look at interrogative question sentence. Have you been working? Now look at between have and been, your subject will come, you. Have you been working? Have been you working is the wrong one. Has she been working? Once again, she is a subject. Now short form, I've been working. I've been working means I have is a short form of have. She's been working is a short form of has. I haven't been working. Have not, short form of not. And has not, once again, hasn't been working. So students, I hope you're clear about present perfect continuous tense, how to write in a positive sentence, in the negative sentence, in an interrogative sentence, and in a short forms. Now look at some more examples. He has been watering the plants and now his clothes are wet. Now look at, he has done in the past. And what's the effect in the present? Watering the plants. So what happened? His clothes are wet. I'm very tired. I've been playing tennis. The person is tired. The reason is that he have been playing tennis. Have you been painting? There is paint in your hair. The result of one action in the past, and the result is happening in the present. You look exhausted. Yes, I've been running. So here he's giving reason the why he looked exhausted. Now we'll see another tense, that is past continuous tense. Now we have already seen past continuous tense. We have already seen simple past tense. A simple past tense means the action which already finished. Now in past continuous tense, what's the formula of past continuous tense? Subject, then was or were plus ing with the verb. She was cooking all the morning. It's a positive sentence. Now look at the negative sentence. She was or were. Subject plus was or were plus not plus ing. She was. Here she is there. Subject is a she. So that's why was. In place of she, you is there. So you were not sleeping when he came home. It's a negative sentence. An interrogative sentence, was she sleeping when he came home? Question sentence. Now look at how to use and where to use these, and look at the example. To describe parallel actions. Parallel action means two actions happen together. Both actions happen together, almost together. While I was washing the dishes, I heard a loud noise. Now two actions happened together, washing the dishes and heard a loud noise. So here parallel actions, for two parallel actions. To describe parallel actions, we have to use, to describe two actions which happen in the same time. For that we have to use past continuous tense. And yes, remember that these both actions happen in the past. Both actions happen in the past together. For that we have to use past continuous tense. To describe what someone was doing at a particular point in time. I was walking in the garden all day yesterday. Yes, here particular time given yesterday, what I have done. To describe some actions in particular time in the past. Here everything you have to remember that happened in the past only. Here two actions finished in particular time but in the past only. Here also this particular action happened in particular time but in the past only. To express interrupted action in the past. It was driving to work. I was driving to work when I crashed my car. Interrupted action. He was driving, and that time what interrupted action happened? He crashed his car. To describe repetition and irritation. He was always complaining in class. When something happened, we are using present continuous tense for the repetition. Here past continuous also used for the repetition and irritation to describe for the past action. He was always complaining in class. When you are talking about the person who is in front of you, that time you can say, he is always doing this. He is always shouting in my class. But when the person moved in another class, and that time you are recalling about the students, he was always complaining in my class too. So that time you can use past continuous tense, the action which happened in the past and now you are telling. So for that we have to use past continuous tense. Now what given in your textbook? That we can see. So students, open your page number 44 and look inside your textbook. Underline some important points which I also underline in this. We use the past continuous tense to talk about an action that was continuing in the past. We use past continuous tense to talk about an action that was continuing in the past. So in the past, we have already seen before also. What were you doing at 3:30 yesterday afternoon? Means in particular time yesterday afternoon, what were you doing? In particular time, which action you were doing? You were continuing with that action. I was watching a video. Now look at here, I was watching a video. Here, he's not written, I was watching a video at 3:30 yesterday afternoon. This is the full sentence which already written in the question. So here written only, I was watching a video. The lights went out at 7:40. We were having dinner at that time. Now look at here, two actions happened together. They were taking their dinner and the lights also went out. So here parallel action. As in the above example, the simple past went out shows that an action happened at a certain time, while the past continuous were having shows that an action was still continuing at a certain time in the past. The past continuous is very often used in a sentence together with the simple past. Yes, many times we are using simple past and past continuous together for parallel action. The lights went out when we were having dinner. Parallel actions. Here, simple past. Here, past continuous tense. It was raining when I got up this morning. Parallel action once again. Was raining is a past continuous. Got up is a simple past. We use the past perfect to talk about something that had happened before the past time we are thinking about. Now here it's about past perfect. We have seen present perfect. Even I reminded also what we have learned in present perfect tense. Now what's past perfect? Past perfect talk about something that had happened before the past time. We are just thinking about it's happened before the past time. It was 10:15. All the shops had closed. Means you are thinking about this. And before what happened? The shops had closed before. Because you know that maybe the shop closed at 10 o'clock and it's 10:15. So here we have to use past perfect. The action happened before thinking, before the past time we are thinking about. I hope students that it's clear to you. Now look at here. The past perfect is often used when we talk about two past actions. Past perfect we often use when we talk about two past actions. We use the past perfect for the earlier action and the simple past for the later one. For the earlier action, we have to use past perfect, and for later one, we have to use simple past. We reached the station at 5:20, but the train had already left. Means this action happened before. The train had already left. The train left, that action happened before. That's why for this we have to use past perfect. And we reached after. Almost happened together 1-2 seconds before, 1-2 minutes before, after. But then also we have to change tenses. For the later one we have to use reached, simple past. The thieves had gone before the police arrived. Means this action happened first. The thieves had gone before the police arrived, simple past. I found that I had forgotten the keys. I had forgotten the keys. This action happened first and I found that. It's a simple past, it's a later one action. Now students, H number exercise are not given here. So you try to do H number exercise H, in which there is written complete these sentences using the present perfect continuous. Now in present perfect continuous, you know very well that you have to use have or has according to subject. Then you have to write been. And after been with the verb, you have to put ing. It's too easy for you, so do it yourself at home. Now look at I number exercise. Complete the sentences with the simple past or past continuous form of the verbs given in the brackets. Use both the tenses in each sentence. Now, you know that past continuous tense, but here you have to use simple past. Simple past means the action already finished. And past continuous means we have seen 4 things when parallel actions happen in the past. Then we have seen that when the action which finished in particular time in the past. That time also we have to use past continuous tense. Now look at the first one. I dash my bag while I dash for a bus. So here I dropped, past, complete action. I dropped my bag, but I dashed for a bus. I was running. Now here running and will be double, then you have to put ing. Rekha dashed her hand while she dashed lunch. Which action finished and which action in continuous form? While she was cooking lunch. And here burnt. Burnt is the past form of burn. Her hand while she was cooking. It dash rain when I dash out. Now, which action continues here? When I dash out, I came out and it was raining. That action was already in a continuous form. It was raining when I came out. I dashed your uncle when I dashed to school. I saw your uncle, the action over there only that I just see. I saw your uncle when I dashed to school, when I was going to school. I dashed myself when I dashed the pencil. I cut. Cut is the past form of cut. Cut, cut and cut. When I dashed sharpen the pencil. When I was sharpening. Now students, the 6, 7 and 8 number, try it yourself to solve it. Now look at here another exercise J number in which you have to identify simple past sentence and past perfect. Put the verbs in brackets into the simple past or past perfect form. Use the past perfect for the earlier action and the simple past for the other action, means for the latter one. For the latter action, you have to use simple past and past perfect you have to use for the earlier action. Now look at the first one. I dash tired because I dashed 10 kilometers. Now, which action happened earlier and which action happened later on? For earlier action, you have to use past perfect. For the later one action, you have to use simple past. I dashed tired because I dashed 10 kilometers. Now, tiredness happened just because that person walked 10 kilometers. So, 10 kilometers walk is the earlier action and feel tired is the later one. So, here feel past form, simple past form is a felt. Here you have to write simple past tense and here for the earlier action you have to use past perfect. So, I and here with all subject you have to use had. Had and walked. V3 means verb number 3. So here walk, walked. In past perfect you have to remember had plus past participle form. Had plus past participle form. And had will come with all the subject. Now look at number 2. The film dash already start when we dash get to the cinema. Which action happened earlier? The film start when we dash to the cinema, after we reach the cinema. So here the action which happened later one simple past and earlier past perfect. The film had already started. After already started. When we dash to the cinema, get past form is got. Now look at third one. When the students dash the experiment, they dash a report on it. What's the earlier action? They will write report on the experiment. So this is the earlier action, experiment. So here, past perfect. What is the third number form of do? Done. Do, did, done. The students had done. They write. Past form of write is wrote. Now look at number 4. She dash where you dash. She asked where you go. What's the first action? The person had seen you that you are going somewhere else. And after the person asked you, where are you going? Right? So here which action happened first? Where you had gone. Right? So here had gone. Go, went and gone. Gone. She asked. Simple past. Now students, try to do 5th and 6th number yourself. It's too easy. Try to understand the action which happened earlier. For that you have to use past perfect. And the action which happened after few minutes after that action, for that you have to use simple past. And don't forget to do H number exercise in your textbook, which is given on page number 44. Even complete I and J number exercise, which is given on page number 45. I almost done here. You have to just complete 3 sentences in I number exercise and 2 sentences in J number exercise, and copy everything in your textbook. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment box. I'll solve your doubts in the next video.